Hello there, my name is Nascrollo and I'm bringing you this emergency Terra Luna update and what's going on and what you can expect and whether you can actually expect Terra Luna to even recover ever. And this is a big question. And my hard feelings for those who have invested in Terra Luna at all-time highs must be a very sad situation. So we'll keep you guys and girls in our prayers. So so without any further ado, we're gonna talk about Bitcoin a little bit because in a few hours, the very important release on Bitcoin, for Bitcoin, that is relevant to Bitcoin is going to be released. So that's something I'm going to mention briefly as well. And so without any further ado, if you are new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and also hit that notification bell so that you're notified when I make a new upload, because these you have to watch from the beginning till the end as soon as they come out. And also down in the description of this video, you'll find a link to my free Telegram channel and also to my Twitter. Just follow the verified account and don't trust all the fake accounts of me all over social media. Always be smart. And so let's just jump right into it. So currently, and if you've enjoyed the previous videos, please smash up that like button. Always happy to see a lot of likes on these videos, because for the time being I've completely turned off the monetization on the videos because a lot of you were complaining. So we'll see. I'll sacrifice the money I'm making from YouTube so that you guys can watch these videos at better pace without any interruptions. So please like the video for that I'm sacrificing it for your own comfort. And some people say that when you like my videos, your financial situation starts to improve. So anyway, right now with Bitcoin, we're not really doing much. So we went down, as you might remember, we broke below this mega super important support, and now we have stopped at $30,000. Just as I said before many times that we're gonna stop at least stop at 30K. So we did right here, and we're consolidating. So now the big question is, what's next for Bitcoin? And currently, right now in 3 hours, so 8:30 a.m. Eastern time, we are going to see a huge report, the CPI, the report on inflation. And that is going to give us the next direction, whether we're going to go up or down below 30K. And if we're going to go down below 30K, that's going to be very bloody. So for that reason, I'm considering to open a short trade if the CPI, if the report on inflation is going to show that the inflation in April was much worse than in March, that the way Fed is currently fighting inflation is not enough, so they're going to have to do it a lot faster with bigger rate hikes, and that is going to scare off all the high-risk assets, etc. But if it's going to be good, so it's going to show the inflation is at least stabilizing and at least shrinking a little bit, then in that instance, or at least is not expanding as fast, and in that case, the high-risk assets are gonna feel a lot of relief, and we could actually go up and retest this area of $36,000. Potentially could be an interesting long trade. And of course, if you want to be trading actively, longing, shorting any altcoin, including Terra, which we're going to talk about shortly, and also Bitcoin, then look no further than Bybit, a very reliable exchange. And in 2021 in Dubai, it was named as the most transparent exchange in the world, which is really epic. And with my exclusive link down in the description of this video or in the pinned comment, you can get up to $4,100 in free bonuses on top of your initial deposit, and also a 30-day 0% maker fees, which is awesome. And there's also a video instruction on how to actually claim that bonus in that link down below. So enjoy. Now, that's it about Bitcoin. Let's take a look at Luna USDT. And guys and girls, this project is like, oh my God, $4. Can you believe this? $4. And just look at this drop right here. So if we're gonna turn off logarithmic, you're gonna see that we are at this area of, I mean, we are currently seeing some support at $4 right here because of this level right here. But look at this sell-off, and Luna has been very promising. And in my previous videos about altcoins, and check it out if you haven't seen it, about my current altcoin portfolio, I said when it was in this area, so just a couple of days ago, it was right here at $80. Now it's at $4. Oh my God. And the thing is that I said that currently it's a very strong project, but there isn't really enough of a discount. So then as it went down to $60, I was like, okay, I'll buy just a tiny bit. So I bought a little bit, less than 1% of my entire altcoin portfolio. Then as it went down to $30, I was like, my God, so I'm gonna just buy a tiny bit more. And now it went to $5. And I was like, Okay. So I mean, that's the thing, you know, you have to diversify. So I mean, I lost a few $100 here. It's not that big of a deal, but it's ridiculous. And now the big question is, what is happening and what can you expect? Can you expect Terra Luna to recover? Because guys and girls, if it's gonna recover, may have this magical recovery, and you're gonna get in at $4, and it's gonna go to its all-time high supposedly at some point, you're gonna make like 30x. 30x. It's incredible. But now the big question is, will it recover? And let's take a look at USD, which is its stable coin of Terra. And we're gonna see this kind of an effect. So if we're gonna take a look at, for example, USD, this is another stable coin, then this is what it looks like, and that's what it's supposed to look like. So it just has to be an even line with some small frequencies interruptions right here, tiny small ones. So it's supposed to be pegged to the dollar. So a stable coin which represents $1 per one stable coin has to be, you know, pegged. It has to always be 1-to-1 and not have any stupid frequencies in between. So, and USDT, for example, which is Tether, also you'll see this kind of a thing. So pretty much dead on. Now, when we're gonna take a look at USD, then you're gonna see that this, that doesn't really look very good. So currently, those who were holding their dollars in UST actually can retrieve 47 cents, 48 cents currently on every UST. So it's not pegged to the dollar, obviously. The reason why this happened was because there was a lot of selling pressure, and some said it was a huge manipulation, blah, 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 etc. by competitors, whatever it is. But they managed to actually unpeg it, and currently we are, if we're going to go to the 1 hour chart, we had some quick relief right here, and a lot of people were thinking that we could potentially come back and get back to the normal peg. And that's what, you know, the CEO also of Terra also promised, but as we can see, it has done, you know, some kind of a shrinking flag right here, and then moved all the way down to $26. Now, the reason why this happened, and what's the main difference between the traditional stable coins like USDT and USDC and UST? The thing with the traditional stable coins is that they are directly backed by the dollar. So each single stable coin, again, it has actually $1 backing it in the reserves of that company. So, and with USDT, there has been some rumors that it's not fully backed, whatever. But they were supposedly dismantled, those rumors, for the time being. And USDC, the same thing. So, so they're centralized, more or less. But with UST, and that was their concept, to make it not centralized. So it's a decentralized stablecoin, which of course in turn means that it's not fully backed by the US currency. So it's back. Their idea was that they really wanted to to acquire. Now let's go back to Luna. What they wanted was to acquire $10 billion worth of Bitcoin, which was supposedly supposed to back their coins, etc., which obviously didn't really work. The main concept of Terra is that when somebody comes and buys one UST, what they do is they take that $1 they get from you and they put it in Luna. So for that reason, so it's like supposedly Luna is backing the stablecoin itself. So, but that's a bit strange. I mean, it's very controversial, and I agree. But it was like revolutionary in a sense. Some people were screaming that it's a problem because the Terra itself, Luna, right here, is a tradable token. So it's volatile. The price of it changes. So every time when somebody wants to cash out and and exchange the dollar and the UST back for some other token, for example, then what they have to do is they sell one Luna to give you that $1 or USDT or whatever else. So in that instance, when we have this kind of a liquidity event, this kind of depegging, and this kind of a very frustrating situation with, some malicious attack, whatever, a liquidity attack, so to speak, then this is the result that ends up happening. And their supposed Bitcoin reserves didn't really help that very much to protect against, because it's not direct backing. You know, a actual physical dollar is a direct backing, when backing with Bitcoin in this particular instance doesn't really work. So what they had to do is, and that actually affected Bitcoin very much as well. We're gonna go to Bitcoin right here. We're gonna see these kinds of small correlations in the one, especially this move right here was also fueled by Luna selling thousands and thousands of Bitcoin in their holding, which was of course triggering this kind of a sell-off. And right now they did something similar currently as well. So the thing is that they are currently, and right now we're actually getting to the topic of, you know, what to expect from Luna. And this is one of the things that we can really say that it's almost impossible to recover from, for two main reasons. Number one, they had to sell off pretty much all the Bitcoin that they had, so they're not really having any reserves, to my knowledge. You can correct me down in the comments if I'm wrong. USD. So in this instance, for them to actually have more resources to try and return the USD back to it being pegged with the dollar. In this instance, as an example, they deployed, in this instance, when this has happened right here, this fall, the first one right here, they actually sold like 60 or 70% of their Bitcoin, and then they also sold a lot of, they actually had to deploy a lot of Luna to sell Luna, which actually drove the price down tremendously as well. And to actually have the money to try and peg and stabilize UST. But obviously it's not working. Look, I mean, it's just, there was not enough. So, I mean, if it was not enough in the very beginning, then I don't know what has to happen for it to actually come back. Again, I'm not really that very much of an expert on it, but this is something that, that's how I'm looking at it as a retailer. And currently, the big question, besides all these technicals, that I don't know what kind of resources they must have to be able to peg it back to $1 right now. So, and the question is if they have those kinds of resources, and probably the biggest probability is for the answer of no. Now, the thing is also to understand is that is the fundamental factor of human fear. So when you are using a stablecoin, if it's USDT, USDC, or it's whatever, UST, or a BUSD, that in that instance, what you want is trust. Right, that you can actually take your hard-earned dollars, put it in that stable coin, and then you can always retrieve it one-to-one with the US dollar, right? So, or any other currency. Basically, that would be, you know, a real, you know, trust factor in this. And when we are seeing this kind of a black swan event happening, then I don't know what has to happen for people to again trust Luna. So this is a very big question, and for that reason I think that most people, probably the majority, will never trust UST ever again. They're gonna use USDT, BUSD, etc., and all other stablecoins that are actually backed by physical dollars and not backed by another token that is volatile and that is being traded, and is a bit weird. So in that sense, currently, I'm thinking that the chances of recovery, number one, because of the amount of resources would be required to actually take it back to $1, which is probably not in existence currently for the Luna Foundation. And the second thing, but again, if you think I'm wrong, please correct me down in the comments. I could be wrong, and this is not financial advice. And the second thing is that the trust factor of this product in general. Because a token can fall, whatever, you know, the Luna itself, the token of Luna can fall down, it can go to almost, I don't know, zero, then rebound. It's the world of crypto. But when a stable coin loses 75 or 70, yeah, whatever, 73% of its value, this is, you know, evaporating money. So this kind of a trust factor will probably never come back. So for that reason, I'm thinking, guys and girls, that I'm gonna still hold my Luna, because I have a tiny bit of it just for the miracle happens and it comes back. But I'm not gonna be really very hopeful of any kind of fast retracement, For some reason, I'm thinking that it might actually go to like absolute zero, and then my some tiny bit of my money is gonna burn, but so be it. But this is very interesting to observe. This is something that is not happening very often in the world of crypto. And I mean, if it goes down to like 10 cents a coin, I'll definitely maybe buy some a little bit, a tiny bit over on Bybit, and see maybe trade that kind of a dead cat bounce and get out of it. So this is one of the ways how to look at it, because again, if it retraces very fast, and the Luna Foundation is going to find an incredible solution for this situation, which I don't know what kind of a cat they have to pull out of the bag in this case, then could be an incredible comeback. But I wouldn't be really counting on it. The risks are super high, and this is certainly affecting the whole crypto industry, that something like this could actually take place. But remember, crypto industry is super young, so these kinds of situations and experiments will be there, and we're gonna probably see a lot of those in the future as well. All right, that's it for this video. Remember, for today at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time, a big release on the inflation figures of April, and that is gonna be a huge deciding factor for our next direction for Bitcoin, whether we're gonna be crashing down through $30,000 all the way down to 25 in the short-term perspective, or we're gonna actually see a retracement and perhaps some consolidation in the area of 30 to 36. All right, make some noise down in the comments for Mr. Spot On, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.